Well, it's a little hello from Dubster. I've been told this week I've met a few guys. It's been brilliant. I actually have a really, really good week. I've met some guys who are local in the VDub scene and into the show scene and stuff like that. And yeah, it's been really, really good. Get some really nice feedback on my van, the stuff I'm doing with Dubster. And one of the bits of feedback I've had is that people appreciate my frankness, my honesty, directness, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't suit everyone. I appreciate that. It's caused me a few problems at times as well. But I wanted to be a bit frank about some of the feedback I've had and some of the experiences I've had in the scene. I met a customer not long ago who was telling me that they'd bought a vehicle from a camper van company, basically a nearly new T6, and ended up ripping the inside of it out because it had been finished so badly. Wow! Does that really happen? And then the more I look into it, the more I realise that this seems to be fairly common. That there are a ton of companies out there that seem to be delivering substandard goods, services, and the like. And I just find this bizarre. Now, I was chatting to a couple of my other buddies yesterday. In fact, we had a couple of the Dubster guys in here yesterday, and we were talking about, I think one of us must have got a hold call, and we had the, sorry, but due to COVID. Now, come on, right? COVID's no longer an excuse. We're pretty much through it, and if your call centre can't handle calls now and you haven't adapted, well, basically you're not doing a very good job. I think that has to be fair to say, does it not? Because I know that some of the service I've had on call centres and things like that has been atrocious. And you can't just keep blaming the same thing. Adapt, change, make your business work. So that's just in the grand scheme. And I think we've all had experiences like that throughout this whole thing. But the camper van sector, now there are some really, really good companies who deliver some fantastic product, and there's no getting around that at all. But there's also an awful lot out there that they're actually quite large. Well, I say large, that they could be perceived as large in the scene. Organisations who their service is atrocious. Their product is substandard or just a bit shit. Sorry to go there, but yeah, that's the truth of it. And I had a delivery coming yesterday for a product that I was quite excited to receive. I'd been looking forward to getting this product. And when I opened the bag, I was like, oh, not quite what I was expecting. Now, we've all bought things on the back of stuff where you think you're going to get more than you actually receive. It's one thing I never, ever want Dubster to be accused of. I always want my customers to receive more than they expected. And yeah, that's quite a rod I'm making for my own back. But if customers leave here thinking I got more for my money than I expected, and I'm actually really pleased with what I've bought, they're going to come back. They're going to tell other people to come back. And it seems like companies, organisations have forgotten this. They've forgotten the power of referral, and also the power of social media and being criticised. So for a small business like this to be criticised online or anything like that is hugely damaging. So you try not to take the risk. So like I say, I was really surprised when I received these products yesterday, and they weren't to the standard I thought they were going to be. And the reason was the packaging. So you would expect products that you've paid decent money for to be packaged up well so that they don't get damaged in transit. You would think. No, just thrown in a box, rattle against each other. Don't worry about it. They're metal. They'll be fine. Well, no, because it damages the finish. So, yeah, that was a bit of a frustration. And when I was speaking to some of the other guys, I've found that this is actually more common than I perhaps realised or acknowledged. And maybe that's a bit of naivety on my part. Maybe I expected this scene to be more respectful of the way that people treat their vehicles and their vans. You know, that these are part of the family. People love their vehicles. So to send something that's a bit not really thought through or cared for, you just think, I don't think you really understand the market that you're selling to, and they risk killing their brand overnight by doing stuff like that. Anyway, that was me. Just a bit of a why would you do that? I'd love to hear from you, because I think there's plenty of small business owners who follow us and who drive Volkswagens, particularly vans, to use for their companies. And how do you treat your customers? Would you see that as acceptable to just deliver stuff substandard, or do you go to the extra mile to make sure people are really happy with what they're getting? Tell me, drop some comments in. Love to hear from you. See you later.